welcome to some DIY. In this video we're checking out this robot vacuum cleaner from Ultenic. Okay, so we've been sent this robot vacuum cleaner from the brand Ultenic. It's the T10 Lite, is what the model we've got here. So in this video we're checking it out. So it's a laser. Okay, so the actual device itself has got kind of this laser unit on top of it, so it can plan out its journey, learn its journey, and remember the journey for next time. The application you use for the control of the actual robot vac will build a map of your property, so obviously learning the journey from previously. There's obviously loads of different robot vacuums available on the market at the moment. Some come as just a single unit, but others, like this one, that come with this rear unit which collects the dust and dirt from the vac into the unit itself, meaning you don't have to empty this as much as you would if it didn't have it. So in this video we're going to unbox it, check it out, get it set up, get the application set up. We'll test it in this area, see how good it is at vacuuming some bits and bats up. We'll spread different things on the floor and see how good it is at picking those different things up. And we'll see if it can get into like the corners around the kitchen as well. So first of all, let's get the box open, see what it's like, see how easy it is to set up, and then we'll give it a go. Okay, so everything out on the table now. So we've got the actual main unit, which is the vac. You can see it's kind of a standard kind of shape and size of the most robot vacs out there. Underneath, you've got the wheels that have got the almost suspension built onto them for going over bumps and things that might be in your home. And then the front wheel there just for turning. There's multiple sensors built into this by the looks of it. So you've got a sensor on the front there. You've got this sensor built onto the top there as well. A couple of just basic button controls. You've got power and looks like a home button just on the top there. The front there is obviously maybe for where the actual device may just bump into things. So there's a little bit of a spring action there. On the rear of it, you've just got the tray that opens up here. So this is a dual purpose tray. So you've got, it's a dustbin and water tank in one. Let me just hold that up there. You can see that. So this device also is a mop. So the water in there is for the mopping purposes. So you'd add the water in and it'll actually use this. This is a soft cloth basically. So you get one that's attached to it with it and then a second spare one as well. And these are machine washable. So those cloths are on with Velcro there. There's a kind of hook system over the plastic there, but there's a Velcro system underneath there attaching that as well. The mop unit does come off, so there's a couple of buttons there you can take that off with. And you can see in there, there's kind of a compartment in there, which is where the dust will collect that's sucked up from the vacuum cleaner and then pushed into this device. So this is the second bit of kit that comes with it. So this is kind of the home, the base, and where as well the actual dust and dirt from the vac will be transferred into. So you can see it's got a lid on there and it comes pre-installed with a vac bag attached in there which will collect all the dirt and dust from this vac. And it also comes with a spare one too. You can purchase these accessories separately if you need to top up. So that's the device there. That's just a standard UK plug on this one. And there's probably maybe a 2 meter wire on there, so you can put this where you need to. And maybe tucked away under a cabinet or in a cupboard, or like for us over there we've got a cloakroom, so I think we'll probably put ours in there. So you've got to position that somewhere where you've got power, or you could run an extension cable to this. So obviously for the vac to work, it needs to brush dirt into it so you can suck things up. It comes with these 2 brushes, so 2 brushes there which will attach underneath, so they'll attach to this mechanism there. Some vacuum cleaners come with a double brush. This is the T10 Lite. There'll be other models that have the dual brush, but this has got a single brush which just pushes onto there. That'll then rotate and obviously brush up all the dust into the actual vacuum compartment here. This is a robot vacuum cleaner obviously, so it's battery powered. So this has got a battery built in, you can feel the weight of the battery in there. And it uses this base to then obviously charge the battery and take the dirt out of there too. So you can see on the back of this unit, there are a couple of contact points just there, which will then touch onto the contact points on this unit here. So they will touch there and they'll charge the device on the back of there. Last thing just to mention included, you've got a user guide. It's got a quick start user guide. There is a full booklet as well for more information in there. So kind of next steps, I'll have a read through the user guide. I'll get the application that it says I need to use, and then we'll try and get things set up. It may need a little bit of charging before we can actually use it, which I'll just check in a moment. Okay, so the vacuum cleaner is all ready to go in terms of its setup now. So I've put the base somewhere in the cloakroom. I'll take the cover camera over and show you where it's been placed. I've read through the instruction books how to get started. So the actual brush wheel is now fitted. The back unit is now on. So I'm literally going to take it over to the charge base. We're going to plug it into the charge base. I'm going to long press the power button and then we'll leave it to charge for a while. While it's starting up charging, we might be able to set it up on the application, but we'll just see. So let's take it over to the charging base. I'll show you where that's going to be, and then we'll hopefully try and do the setup of the application while it's charging, and then we can give it a go. So follow me, we'll go over there to the cloakroom and we'll actually go and dock this into the charging base.
Welcome to your robot vacuum cleaner. Charging.
Okay, so the robot vac is now docked. You hopefully heard over the other video that it's now charging, so we'll leave that to charge. While we're waiting for that, what we'll do is set up the application. So there's a QR code in the user manual that you can scan on your phone. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store too. So I've got it on the phone now. I'll share this over here somewhere, and or maybe over here, and we'll go through the installation process. So I've not set the application up at all yet. The device is powered on and it is charging. So hopefully this will just be a case of opening the application, we'll be able to find the vacuum cleaner, add it to our Wi-Fi network, and then we'll have full control of it. I won't do anything until the battery's fully charged. I want to make sure we've got the battery management all done properly, just to get the longest use possible out of that included battery. So I'm going to create an account in the Ultenic actual application. We'll get a verification code. We'll set up my account in there now. Just bear with me one moment. Okay, so I'm now logged into the application. I just set up a username and password. You've got to select your region, so United Kingdom. It was via Amazon, and it is the T10 Lite. So you can see in there, there's tons of different models from Ultenic. We've got a T10 Lite, there's a T10 Pro and T10 Elite. So we've got a T10 Lite. We'll save that. And then all we need to do is hopefully quite simply go through this process now of setup. So go to Add Device. It just mentioned there it's only compatible with 2.4 gigahertz network. So that's one thing to look out for when you're setting this up. So if I go into my specific 2.4 gigahertz, some Wi-Fi networks will do that for you. It doesn't really matter, but I'll just make sure we're definitely doing it. And I'll connect it to my 2.4 gigahertz network. And I'm going to start the network connection. Okay, so ready to go. Let me just make sure the device is flashing. Okay, so I've done as it says in the application. I've pressed the power and home button for 5 seconds. It's now in Wi-Fi pairing mode. So I'll go to start network connection.
Wi-Fi list. Please select and connect to the current home Wi-Fi. Note that only 2.4G networks are supported.
Okay, so I'll enter my information.
Please refer to the schematic diagram to select the Wi-Fi starting with Ultenic in the mobile phone Wi-Fi list.
Okay, so now I'm going to jump into my Wi-Fi settings. I'm going to connect to, hopefully it will show the actual, it does there. So I've got the Ultenic T10 Lite. I'm going to connect to that network.
Connecting. Please wait.
Okay, so it's found the device. I just heard a notification from it in the cloakroom. So we'll just allow this to do its setup now. Okay, so it's connected now. It took maybe 10 seconds, 10-15 seconds to do. So I'm going to complete. And it's advising at the moment there is an update available. So I'm currently on version 2.09. There's a new version of 2.1.6 available. So we'll do the update. Before we do anything, we'll update that now. Okay, so we've got a notification from the VAC that the upgrade was successful. Let's make sure that the application shows that too. Okay, so the vacuum just rebooted as well. Okay, firmware upgrade successful. Maybe took a couple of minutes, but we're on the latest firmware now. So let's go back. So now we've got the actual status of the vacuum cleaner. You can see the top corner, it's got the T10 Lite, it shows it's charging. It's currently at 49%, so we'll leave this some time to charge. But let's have a quick look at the application, just see what we can see at the moment, and then we will try it out in a little bit. Okay, so at the moment you can see in the application, which I'll share over here for you, there is this map view. Because we've not used it yet, it hasn't created a map. So this will hopefully automatically create a map of this area where we're actually using the vacuum. But we won't know that until we try it. So that's just that for now. You can see it's charging up, it's got up to 50% so far. You've got these different options down at the bottom. So you've got auto, mop, partition, area, spot, but I don't think that'll come into play until we've actually used it a bit longer. At the top here, we've got a help section. So you've got some basic FAQs in there. We've got this, which is more functions. You've got multi-map management, which I assume for multiple floors. Schedule cleaning, so you can do a schedule. So obviously you would actually add a schedule in here if you want to kick it off at certain times, which is quite good. Cleaning history, so you can see what cleaning it's done, because we've not done any cleaning yet. So here you've got the dust collection management. So this is when the dust and dirt is collected into the main unit, you can set that when you want it to do. So maybe just a couple of cycles and do it, or if it's really mucky in terms of where you're cleaning up, you would do that after every 1 cycle. Carpet clean boost. So obviously if it's running over carpet, you might need more suction to get deeper into the carpet pile. So the carpet clean boost is for that. What you can do, there is a remote control capability, so you can actually do it by hand if it's maybe stuck or you need to use it or move it into a certain area. You can use it on the application like that. We'll demo that when we've got it out in the kitchen. A couple of basic stuff in terms of the units type you want to use, meter squared or foot squared, consumables record. So this will be around the filters and the replaceable brushes, for example, because periodically you will need to replace these because they will wear. Just into the settings area, this is the general settings. So we've got the device name, which we will set device information, which is just error at the moment, but we've got the device information and you can add this to the home screen as well. So I think what we'll do now, let's go back, see what charge it's on. So it's on 51% charge at the moment. We will let this charge now and then we'll come back and let it loose in the kitchen area. It does say in the instructions that for the first time it actually goes out, it will create a map of the area for 10 minutes and then it'll actually start vacuuming the area after that. So we'll leave this for a couple of hours now to charge up and then we'll come back and give it a go. Okay, so it's fully charged now. You can see we've got 100% mapped there. So according to the instructions, when I press start, what should happen now is it will go out and map the area. I've got a live shot at the moment from a camera down there just pointing at the back. I'll just switch to that now and show you. So back to the application. I'm going to press start and then we'll see what it does. Fingers crossed it kicks off. We'll then move to the other camera and I'll kind of track it. We'll make sure it does it, and what I'll do is I'll capture some footage of it kind of vacuuming up, see what size bits it can vac up off the floor. We'll probably put some little bits of dried rice down on the floor and anything else I can find. But I'll get some good footage of that going on and we'll see what it can pick up. So let's press the start button now.
Start auto cleaning.
Okay, so that's started now. We'll jump over to that camera and see what happens. I'll leave on the screen on the phone for now and just to see what happens. Okay, it's done most of the house now, most of the mapping of the area. It's going back to the base, I think, now just to recalibrate, I think. But it's just going back over towards the actual base. But as you can see on the mapping system, which I'll share in a moment, it's fully mapped out the whole downstairs area. Took around maybe 5-10 minutes tops, but it's done that successfully. Okay, so I've got a screen recording as well, which I will show. As you can see on the screen, it's mapped out some different rooms. It thinks are different rooms, not necessarily true, but you can now see it's in auto cleaning mode. So that's going around the area now and actually cleaning. Now it's mapped up, mapped out everywhere. So it looks pretty good in terms of where it's mapped out, and you can see a live view of where the vacuum cleaner is going around as well, which is really good. What we'll do now is we'll lay out some bits on the floor, just specific bits. So when it gets to those points, I will record them and we'll see how good it is at getting some bits up. Okay, so you can see on the map, it's got like done out the outskirts now of the actual room. So now it's going round, and you can see on the map, I'll share on the screen, but you can see it's doing like a zigzag formation now. Make sure it covers every single area of the actual room. So it's doing multi-passes, making sure it picks up all possible bits and dirt that are on the floor. Okay, so it's finished doing it now. It's going to go head back to base. So hopefully it'll go back to its base and dock and start charging again. So let's see if it does that. You can see that it's mapped out all the area, covered all the area, and picked all the bits up. Okay, there we go. So it's got back to base, it's vacuumed all the bits and the muck out of it back into the main unit, and that's all completed. So let's have a look at the application now and see what it did. Okay, all done now with the Ultenic T10 Lite. Really impressed with it so far. Showed as much footage as I could do, obviously mapping out this area, vacuuming up this area, tried to get some bigger bits on the ground as well, which it seemed to cope with quite well. One of the things we used was some cat biscuits. They're quite big, chunky biscuits as well, and it picked them up no problem. What was really impressive, I didn't know how it would do it when it redocked. I did show that on the video just now. When it redocked, obviously it sucks everything out of the vacuum cleaner into the main unit, and then you can empty the main unit after a few uses. I think it'll depend on how much it's vacuuming, on how often you'll have to change that bag. You don't think you have to use the baggie in there either, but obviously it could be a little bit more tricky emptying it if it just chucks it into the plastic container. So yeah, overall really impressed. Great application. Really impressed how easy it is to use. It's really intuitive. The setup, the usage of it, really cool how it builds a map of your house as well. You can do multi-floor. I've not done that yet. I might do that in a future video, but you can do multi-floor, so you can use it on the first floor of your house, and it will map that out as well. You can also build partitions or areas within the map, so you don't mop up carpet, because the device also mops up. If you put some water in there, it'll do a mopping function. So you could designate, for example, behind here where I've got the rug, that there's a carpet area, so not to mop the carpet area. And the same, we've got some carpet through in the landing there. You can designate that as a carpet area, so it won't go and use the mop there. Talking of carpet, when it jumps onto the carpet, or it doesn't jump, when it rolls onto the carpet, it changes the suction, so it goes into a higher suction, so it changes that dynamically using the sensors built into the vacuum cleaner. So it'll go into a higher suction rate, obviously to get into the pile of the carpet or the rug it's going onto. That is automatic, it does that on its own. That's really clever for the device, obviously, to be able to do that. So if you've got multiple different floor types like we have, we've got hard floor, rugs and carpet, then that's perfect for that. It's kind of worry-free, you don't have to do that manually, which is great. So yeah, I think we'll just keep using the vacuum cleaner, see how well it does after a longer period of time. Obviously, it's learnt the map immediately. I guess if you allowed it into further rooms, it would further. There is one room I didn't allow it into. It'll further learn how to vacuum that room and map that room out as well in the application. So really great. I really love that mapping idea. And I like how you can see where the vacuum cleaner is on the map as well. I have tested this. I've been off the Wi-Fi, so this is in the cloud. So I've been out of the house, off Wi-Fi, and you can still track where the vacuum cleaner is, which is really cool. So if you're out and you schedule it to do some vacuuming while you're out, obviously you can keep an eye on it to make sure it's definitely working. So overall, that's a really cool feature as well. Okay, all done with that product now. Really great features, capability. It's nice and intuitive, really cool to use. Perfect if you're out during the day. You can schedule your vacuum cleaner to come on and clean your house while you're not even here. So really cool. Okay, all done in this video now. Hopefully it's been quite informative, showing you how the vacuum cleaner works. We've done the unboxing, the setup, and actually using it. We've got some good footage there, I think, of it actually in use and vacuuming up bigger chunks of material, which is great. If you've got any questions about the actual the vacuum cleaner, the setup, anything like that, drop it in the comment section. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you want to follow the Houston DIY channel, we'll probably do a follow-up on this vacuum cleaner. Maybe some other vacuum cleaners coming up as well. But other tech reviews, product reviews, DIY projects, much more on the channel. Please hit that subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.